There are two types of men almost everyone knows. Alphas, those natural dominant leaders who set the pace for the group, and betas, who tend to follow the path laid out by others. But what about those who don't fit this mold? Enter the Sigma male, a unique figure, independent and powerful in his discretion. While alphas seek attention and betas seek approval, Sigmas march to the beat of their own drum. Today, we'll explore the 10 most defining traits of Sigma males, and you'll discover if you're one of them. Don't skip any part of this video, as each minute contains essential insights into the Sigma mindset. Let's get started. Number 1. Loves solitude, but values genuine connections. A Sigma male can spend hours, days, or even weeks in his own world without feeling like something is missing. While others chase social validation, he enjoys silence like one savors a good cup of coffee, slowly and without hurry. But don't confuse his love for solitude with being antisocial. While he doesn't need to be surrounded by people to feel complete, he deeply values genuine connections. That said, don't expect him to show up at every party or gathering. He's not interested in impressing anyone. For him, quality always trumps quantity. A Sigma would rather have an authentic conversation with one interesting person than be in a room full of strangers discussing trivialities. Picture him as the guy who, while everyone else is sharing selfies at a party, is sitting quietly in a corner, reflecting on life or planning his next project. The Sigma knows that solitude isn't a void, it's a refuge. And when he surrounds himself with people, it's because they genuinely matter to him, not because he's afraid of being alone. Number 2. A leader who doesn't speak loudly. When you think of a leader, you probably imagine someone raising their voice, giving epic speeches, or always wanting to be the center of attention. The Sigma male leads in an entirely different way, quietly. He's the type who doesn't need to shout orders because his actions speak for themselves. If you work with a Sigma, you'll notice that he's always solving problems without making a fuss. You know that colleague who, while everyone is arguing in a meeting, has already found the solution but doesn't bother boasting about it. That's the Sigma. He doesn't seek applause or trophies, let alone to lead a parade. He simply focuses on results. A Sigma doesn't need to be the brightest star in the room, but he's the one who ensures things actually get done. The real irony is that while others are busy seeking attention, the Sigma is already leading, often unnoticed. And the best part, he doesn't do it for recognition. He does it because he knows he's capable. Number 3, adapts to everything without losing his essence. The Sigma male has a superpower few can match, the ability to adapt to any situation. Place him in an office full of executives, and he'll move with the same ease as he would at a campfire surrounded by friends. He doesn't try to dominate the space, nor does he fade into the background. He simply adapts, effortlessly. While others feel uncomfortable outside their comfort zones, the Sigma flows. Have you ever seen someone who, even if they don't know anyone at a gathering, ends up earning everyone's respect simply by how they handle conversations? That's the Sigma in action. He doesn't need to be the leader, but he can take on that role if necessary. He's also perfectly fine letting someone else lead because he's not seeking validation. What's most fascinating is that this flexibility doesn't make him fake. He's not acting. He simply understands that every situation demands a different approach. Whether in the spotlight or in the background, the Sigma is always exactly where he needs to be. Number 4, sees everyone as equals. The Sigma male doesn't understand social hierarchies, nor does he care about them. While others categorize people like levels in a video game, he sees everyone on the same plane. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO of a company or serving coffee. For a Sigma, your value doesn't depend on your title or position. Have you noticed how some people adjust their tone of voice depending on who they're speaking to? With the boss, they're formal. with colleagues more relaxed. The Sigma, on the other hand, treats everyone the same, as if those invisible rules don't exist. This sometimes baffles people because they're unsure if he does it out of respect or simply because he doesn't care who's who. This ability to treat everyone equally makes him trustworthy and fair. A Sigma is the kind of person who, in a room full of people, listens to the idea of someone nobody pays attention to. And often, that idea is the game changer. His approach is simple. He values people for what they contribute, not for how they appear. Number 5, has no fear of leaving his comfort zone. The Sigma male doesn't rely on a group of friends to define himself. While others need a social circle to reaffirm who they are, the Sigma possesses something most envy. He knows who he is, whether he's alone or surrounded by people. Imagine everyone at a party posting selfies, making sure the world knows they're having fun. Meanwhile, the Sigma might be right there, silently enjoying a deep conversation with one person or simply observing. He's not interested in impressing anyone or collecting social contacts like trophies. What's curious is that even though he doesn't need a group to feel complete, people are naturally drawn to his authenticity. Someone who doesn't try to fit in often becomes the person everyone wants around. But here's the twist. No matter how much others try to include him, the Sigma is always comfortable in his own skin, with or without company. His identity doesn't depend on how many people surround him, but on how clearly he knows himself. Number 6, understands the power of silence. For the Sigma male, silence isn't awkward or empty, it's a powerful tool. While others fill every moment with words, small talk or jokes to avoid a second of quiet, the Sigma knows that sometimes saying nothing is the best response. Picture a meeting where everyone is talking over each other, competing to share the best idea or the loudest opinion. In that chaos, the Sigma is in his corner, listening attentively. He doesn't interrupt or speak just to be heard. But when he does decide to speak, his words carry a weight that everyone notices. The Sigma understands something few do. Silence can be more eloquent than 1,000 speeches. It allows him to observe, think, and measure his actions with precision. He's the kind of person who can sit with you during a difficult moment without needing to say anything forced. That shared, comfortable silence is what makes him stand out. Some might call it introversion. He calls it well-managed energy. For the Sigma, constant noise is draining, but silence is where he finds his true strength. Number 7, lives on the edge of convention. The Sigma male isn't built to follow the safe path. While many cling to rules as if they're life jackets, the Sigma first asks if there's even water before putting one on. This doesn't mean he's reckless. It means he knows that always living within the safe zone is a way of limiting oneself. Imagine a Sigma in a business meeting. While everyone suggests comfortable, predictable solutions, he's thinking of a completely different idea, one that's risky, but could change the game. Interestingly, he doesn't break the rules out of rebellion. He does it because he understands that the greatest progress comes from calculated risks. Living on the edge of convention means the Sigma doesn't settle for the usual. He prefers to explore new options, make decisions others wouldn't dare to, and face failure if it means learning and growing. This mindset makes him someone who not only thinks outside the box, but doesn't even need one. His life is a constant challenge to the status quo, always seeking to surpass himself. Number 8 is deeply self-aware. The Sigma male possesses something many people avoid, a deep understanding of himself. While others fill their days with noise, distractions, and excuses to avoid facing their weaknesses, the Sigma sits with himself and asks uncomfortable questions. Why did I act that way? What can I improve? What do I really want? There's no escape. He is his own judge and teacher. He's the person who, after an argument, doesn't dwell on how to win the next one, but reflects on how he could have handled it better. His self-awareness isn't just introspection, it's a weapon that makes him stronger. Knowing his strengths allows him to amplify them, and accepting his weaknesses gives him the control to work on them or use them to his advantage. A Sigma doesn't need anyone to tell him who he is. He already knows. This doesn't mean he's perfect, but his level of self-knowledge makes him stand out in any environment. And here's the key. He doesn't aim to be better than others. He aims to be better than the version of himself from yesterday. That's his true competition. Number 9, owns his destiny. The Sigma male doesn't wait for life to hand him things on a silver platter, nor does he blame the universe when things don't go his way. For him, responsibility for his destiny is 100% his own. If something isn't working, he adjusts it. If something fails, he improves it. And if something feels impossible, he finds a way to make it possible. He's the type of person who won't stay in a job he hates just because it's safe. Instead, he'll carve out his own path, even if it means starting from scratch. While others wait for the perfect moment, the Sigma knows that moment never comes and simply acts. This mindset isn't just ambition, it's independence at its finest. He doesn't need approval or permission to dream big. Whether it's starting a project, moving to a new city, or redesigning his life, the Sigma doesn't follow anyone's manual. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't just want to be the protagonist of his story, he wants to be its author, and every decision he makes bears his signature. Number 10 is naturally mysterious. The Sigma male is a walking enigma, not because he tries to be, but because his way of thinking and acting doesn't fit traditional molds. While others are predictable, the Sigma is unpredictable. He doesn't follow social norms to the letter, and this perplexes those who try to label him. Have you ever met someone who seems to have all the answers but doesn't boast about it? That's the Sigma. While alphas need to be the center of attention and betas seek to fit in, the Sigma operates in his own world, on a level few understand. This might make some see him as distant or cold, but the reality is much simpler. He doesn't feel the need to explain every move he makes. What's most intriguing is that, despite being hard to understand, his presence never goes unnoticed. He's the person who, without saying much, always leaves an impression. Because the Sigma doesn't aim to be understood by everyone. He only cares about staying true to himself, and in a world full of noise, that authenticity makes him unforgettable. The Sigma male doesn't seek to fit in or stand out. He simply exists. In a world where labels are the norm and external validation seems to be the goal, the Sigma walks his own path, proving that true power lies in independence and self-awareness. His traits aren't just isolated characteristics, they're a way of life that prioritizes authenticity, depth, and meaning. The life of a Sigma isn't easy to understand, but that's where its magic lies. He doesn't conform to societal expectations or current trends. His peace doesn't come from having it all, but from knowing who he is and where he's going. If you identify with this way of being, value it. In a world full of imitators, being authentic is the ultimate act of courage. And if you're not a Sigma, take inspiration from his traits. Live with purpose, respect yourself, and be the master of your destiny. If this video helped you discover more about the Sigma male or inspired you to explore your personality, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming motivational and inspiring videos. We'd love to hear from you. What Sigma traits do you possess? Leave us a comment. We'll be reading and responding. See you next time in a new video.